2003, Norris Geyser Basin is closed for tourists due to increased volcano activity and high water temperature. 2006, the land in the park is found to be rising 10 centimeters per year. 4th of March 2014, the White House ordered the U.S. Geological Agency to restrict access to the information on earthquakes and gas emissions. March 2014, bisons and elks abandoned the park. April 2014, the water temperature in the lakes rose above 20 degrees Celsius. According to scientists, in case of explosion, the picture will be more dramatic than that of apocalypse. It will start with the land in Yellowstone National Park abruptly going up and overheating. And when the immense pressure bursts, caldera, the resulting mouth will erupt thousands of cubic meters of lava that will resemble a column of fire.
What is FEMA? Simply put, it is the secret government. This agency has the powers and the authority to go well beyond any other agency in the nation. What can FEMA do? It can suspend laws. It can move entire populations. It can arrest and detain citizens without a warrant and can hold them without a trial. It can seize property, food supplies, and transportation systems, and it can even suspend the Constitution of the United States. When the first concept has been presented, its original mission was to assure the survivability of the United States government in an event of a nuclear attack. Its secondary function was to be a federal coordinating body during times of domestic disasters, like Hurricane Matthew that's about ready to crush Florida. These disasters consist of earthquakes and floods and hurricanes. The secret black helicopters that are reported throughout the United States, mainly in West California, Washington, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and Colorado areas, are flown by FEMA personnel. It has been given the responsibility for many new national disasters such as forest fires, home heating emergencies, refugee situation, riots, and emergency planning for nuclear and toxic incidences. It works together with the 6th Army in the West. A series of executive orders was used to create FEMA. It does not matter whether an EQ is constitutional or not. excuse me, I said EQ, EO, an EO, executive order. It does not matter if it's constitutional or not. It becomes a law simply by being published in the Federal Registry. These orders go around Congress, and they're done by the President of the United States. Supposedly, there's over 800 prison camps, or FEMA camps, in the United States, all fully operational, ready to receive prisoners. They are all staffed and even surrounded by full-time guards, but they are mostly empty. These camps are to be operated by should martial law need to be implemented in the United States, and it all would take is just a presidential signature on a proclamation and the Attorney General's signature on a warrant to which a list of names is attached. You have obviously heard of the Rex 84 program, which was established on the reckoning that if a mass exodus of illegal aliens crosses the Mexican-U.S. border, they would be quickly rounded up and detained in detention centers by FEMA. Rex 84 allowed many military bases to be closed down and to be turned into prisons or FEMA camps. Operational cable.
See this? Melbourne, Daytona Beach, all the way up to Jacksonville. This moves 20 miles to the west, and you and everyone you know are dead. All of you. Because you can't survive it. It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky. And your kids die too.
Friday, the number of people killed by Hurricane Matthew in Haiti has risen to at least 478 people. The island nation's Central Civil Protection Agency, which takes longer to collate numbers, said 271 people died because of the storm, while over 61,500 remain in shelters. Officials said that food and water were urgently needed, noting that crops have been leveled, wells have been contaminated by seawater, and water treatment facilities have been destroyed. Matthew was the first Category 4 storm to hit Haiti since Hurricane Flora struck in 1963.
To South Korea, where Typhoon Chaba slammed across the country's south, leaving 7 people dead and another 3 missing. The violent storm caused severe flooding in the port of Busan, the country's second largest city, and the industrial city of Ulsan. Dozens of flights in and out of Jeju Island were canceled as Chaba brings gusts of up to 200 kilometers an hour. South Korean authorities say 2,500 schools had been closed, while tens of thousands of homes along the southern coast suffered power outages.
The Caribbean's most powerful storm in almost a decade swept through Haiti on Tuesday.
The most powerful hurricane to hit Haiti in more than 50 years is causing chaos and panic.
And here in the Bahamas, the storm plowed through the island chain, tearing the roof off this home in Nassau. The first major hurricane to hit the Bahamian capital since the late 1920s.
Wow. It is 100% legit, authentic. I didn't change anything on it, didn't change the contrast, didn't change one single pixel. That is the way it actually appeared.
Weather Channel senior meteorologist Stu Ostro was the first to post the image to Twitter.
This is some really freaky, sinister-looking face, which unfortunately is consistent with the hurricane being sinister because it's already been deadly and destructive.
The outer bands of the storm started pounding southern parts of Florida's Atlantic coast late this afternoon.
It sure does look like a smirking skull, especially with that devilish red background. Florida meteorologist Matt Devitt of Wink TV in Fort Myers noticed the spooky likeness.
Overnight, torrential downpours and wind whipping stoplights, thrashing palm trees, submerging cars on the road.
Thank you.